So first of all, man, this was just an incredibly well done film. I feel like it illustrates so much of what the Bay Area represents. What were your thoughts about just being able to showcase the Bay Area on a national scale?
One, I didn't know it was going to be this national, to be honest. But I grew up in the Bay. I grew up in the East Bay, and I just feel like the Bay is so specific a place, and it was very important to me that be a character in the movie almost, because it raises you, right?
Absolutely.
Like Richmond raised me, Oakland raised me, Telegraph raised me, Haight Street raised me.
Yeah.
Like that's where I go to look at what was hot, and taking BART. Like those are very specific, visceral things,
right.
And sideshows are very specific to that culture.
Yeah.
So, in sitting down and writing and trying to figure out what was the first movie in my story to tell, it was just very natural process of let me think of every crazy thing that I went through or saw or whatever happened,
right.
and go back and dive into that.
Sometimes I wish I had a spaceship. Just hang out in space where it's quiet and no one can mess with me. I'm from the East Bay. Those are my best friends. We do everything together.
Girl, can't you see me in the studio?
You in the closet with your fat ass.
Sometimes it feel like everybody cooler than me. Maybe because I'm small, can't play pickup, can't pull no girls.
Hey! Will Smith's son looking little boy. Come here. These cost more than your life.
Those is tight.
Hey, where'd you get your shoes?
Damn.
What up, boy? We got them shoes for you.
Yo, let it go.
Hey, yo!
Whoa!
Hey, when you see Flacco, tell him I'm looking for him.
You ain't gonna do nothing.
Watch me.
It's my nephew. That's what you coming for.
I love Cuz looking for Flacco.
You such a man now, gonna be a man. You got a problem, you gotta handle your business yourself.
You slide with us tonight, you'll run into him. What? You scared?
Chin up, chest out when it's flame time.
You got a gun now?
Can be a man if I let another claim mine.
I ain't dying for your shoes.
They crossed the line.
Maybe I was wrong about you.
They crossed the line. Sometimes I wish I could hang out in space where it's quiet.
5, 4, 3.
So how did you choose? I mean, there's so many elements when it comes to just the Bay Area. You know, the world obviously discovered the Bay when it came to E40 and the whole hyphy movement, but
Right.
you chose to show the sideshows and you chose to show the partying element. But when it came to the elements that you had to see in this film, what was it that you wanted to showcase?
Man, because there's so much to the Bay that I don't even think I got to scratch the surface really. It's just
Really?
it's the feeling of it
Yeah.
that I wanted to make sure I got across.
Absolutely.
But I think specifically I would say the sideshow was the one thing where I was like, here's a very cinematic thing that happens,
Right.
but how can I also showcase that
Right.
and make it a story point, which was really difficult to do.
Yeah.
And by far the most difficult thing to shoot.
I mean, you pulled it off, man. I mean, I had a chance to go to a couple sideshows in real life, and to see this on screen was really well done and brought back some memories. I think the audiences will actually really appreciate that. Let's talk about perspectives a little bit, because this film obviously deals with the kid. He had his shoes stolen, which I believe came from a true story that happened in your life. But talk about the perspective of these kids around the country who feel like that they could have to escape reality through the purchasing of these expensive shoes. What are your thoughts about that?
Yeah, I mean, I think that it's something universal in a way amongst all adolescents, and maybe even each community or culture, where it's there's this one signifier that represents status, and whether it's a Tiffany bracelet or the red bottoms or a Porsche or a Rolex, whatever it is, we definitely, I mean, it's America, and there's this is almost when the commodity becomes more than just, I really like that.
Yeah.
I have money, I can buy that, and and it becomes like a very like egocentric thing,
Right.
where it's really the motivation in the consumer,
Right.
and it's like that mixed with like the idea of having masculinity and justifying like beating somebody after them or killing them, like that's a volatile mix.
I want to talk about that because there's this film, it deals so much with, I mean, obviously masculinity, but like the street codes and different ethics. So for you, you grew up basically in the hood, and obviously you're not black, so you had some certain pressures that were probably that you faced when it comes to just proving that you're hard or you're able to be in such an environment. What about those elements and principles of like respect or street code do you feel like are important for people to know? Because obviously you're not there anymore. You broke out. You're not in the hood. Like, what elements did you see that kind of helps you just see the big picture and want to become a director?
Yeah, I mean, what's crazy, is like looking at. Yeah, it's like like my cousins are like half Filipino, half black, half Mexican, half Filipino, but and then there was like Southeast Asian,
Right.
bangers, right? And then there's like hippies,
Right.
like whatever in the Bay, and it was kind of like, yeah, if you were about it, you were about it. And so there's definitely like stepping on stones where it's like, I know I'm a square right now, like, and I'm just like trying to figure out and navigate the world, and it's like understanding that like, wow, okay, there's like a like a gang initiation. Someone's getting over there right now on like the blacktop. That like the idea to man up was like, you have to fight, you have to throw down, even as you get respect amongst your friends.
Right.
And it was a weird, tricky, difficult situation to figure out like, well, how can I avoid it? But at the same time, if you avoid it, you will then be seen as like a pussy.
Right.
And so in making this movie, I'm realizing and hoping that like come out with a dialogue at the end where it's like, you just have to redefine how you talk about that. And maybe we should teach the kids that you don't call another kid a pussy if he chooses not to fight, or you take a beating and you walk away, and that's what it means to be a man.
Absolutely. I think the message is great in the film, and we look forward to a lot more of your work. We're excited to see more from you, so keep it up, man.
I appreciate it. Thank you.